With more than a half dozen civil and criminal cases on his plate, let's sort out what Donald Trump faces in each state. Civil case number 1, the New York Attorney General's case, now headed to what's expected to be a lengthy trial. A judge recently ruled that Trump and his family and their companies fraudulently inflated the value of their real estate, allowing this case to go to trial. The proceeding will determine other liability and penalties, which could total $250 million, as well as a ban on Trump business dealings in New York. The former president has repeatedly denied wrongdoing, and his attorney has already said he'll appeal the liability ruling. Civil case number 2, also out of New York, this one filed by columnist E. Jean Carroll. Here, a jury found Trump committed sexual abuse in 1996 and later defamed Carroll after she went public with her story. They did not find him liable for rape, but ordered him to pay $5 million total in damages. Trump denies wrongdoing and has appealed the ruling. In September, Carroll filed another civil case against Trump for similar comments he made in 2019. He has denied those claims as well. There's also criminal case number 1 out of Manhattan for allegedly falsifying business records to conceal another crime. A grand jury made up of 23 New Yorkers chosen at random indicted the former president for his alleged involvement in hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels in 2016, then concealing it to prevent the news from damaging his presidential campaign. Trump and his attorneys denied the accusations, and Trump pleaded not guilty.
There were no facts in there. I mean, normally in an indictment you have alleged facts.
Then there's Florida, the documents case. Among the criminal charges, conspiring to obstruct justice. It was federal prosecutors this time with a hefty, detailed filing alleging the former president hoarded classified documents containing national military and nuclear secrets, shared them with friends who had no security clearance, then conspired to hide and conceal some of them from a federal grand jury. The former president again denied the charges and pleaded not guilty.
The baseless indictment of me by the Biden administration's weaponized Department of Injustice will go down as among the most horrific abuses of power.
Criminal indictment number 3 came out of Washington, D.C. It's been described as the January 6th case, but it's really about the entire period after the 2020 election. The criminal charges here include conspiracy to defraud the United States. Special counsel Jack Smith wrote in a scathing indictment, the purpose of the conspiracy was to overturn the legitimate results of the 2020 presidential election by using knowingly false claims of election fraud. He went on with great detail to describe how the former president deliberately disregarded the truth, was determined to stay in power, and developed criminal plans to defeat the federal government. Trump called the indictment fake, and his attorneys have suggested his actions were protected by the Constitution. He pleaded not guilty. And the 4th criminal indictment came out of Georgia. Prosecutors said the grand jury recommended charges against 19 defendants, including former President Trump. He was hit with 13 felony counts, including racketeering and a half dozen conspiracy charges related to the 2020 election.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
Trump pleaded not guilty, denied wrongdoing, denied any pressure campaign, and called this investigation as well a political witch hunt. The timeline on these cases remains uncertain, but one thing we know for sure, the Constitution does not prohibit an indicted candidate from running for office, nor even a convicted one. Noah Pransky, NBC News.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.